As they come out of 4, the green flag will go in the air. The Martinsville race is underway.
2, 1, green,
A little bit of polite teamwork between Gibbs' teammates as the youngster Ty Gibbs in that 54 gets a slow start, allowing Truex to the bottom.
Still a fight for that second spot as Gibbs has the preferred line on the inside. Denny Hamlin in the 11 trying to take that second spot away.
And while the bottom is preferred, you can make a little time up top, but the reason drivers are looking for the bottom is this is more work on that right rear tire of the Hamlin. That's the tire that gives up first. So right here he turns in, everything's okay, but as the 11 goes back to the gas, he has to work those outside tires a little harder on the outside of the racetrack.
A new leader in Martinsville. Denny Hamlin was able to get by the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. There was a little bit of bumping and banging. Martin Truex Jr. ended up in the high line, and Denny dives down below.
Yeah, Truex is having some troubles with his car, locking up the left front. That usually means the car's getting a little bit tight on him. As more rubber gets laid down on this track, there's a huge shift towards getting tighter and tighter. Everybody's starting to move around on this racetrack, looking for how to get their cars to rotate. And we're also seeing a ton of rubber build up on the bottom groove right here in turn 3 and 4, and it starts to actually stack up on top of the racetrack. Drivers are trying to avoid that with the tires. If your tires hit it, you just slide across the top of that. So you see that rubber stacking up, building up on top of that, right on that outside groove. So you'll want to either run below, above, or straddle that.
Denny Hamlin so strong. One more lap here in stage 1, and it's been 3,136 days since Denny's last of his 5 wins here. That's 8 years and 7 months that the drought has been for Denny Hamlin as far as a win, but he's doing everything he can here in stage 1 as he's going to grab the most playoff points right there. Stage points going to Denny Hamlin. He'll win stage 1, his 8th stage win already this year, tied for the most. Ryan Blaney is able to move to the outside. He is going for the lead here at Martinsville. Blaney's going to take the lead away, and what does that do to the points? Denny Hamlin now above the cut line, but only by 2. William Byron is still below 2 points back.
Well, I had Hamlin below the cut line if he lost the lead. I didn't think he had scored enough points, but during that situation, William Byron has lost a few more spots on the racetrack, all the way back to 22nd. For that reason, Hamlin is in, but only by 2, even running second. Byron all the way back at 22nd. I think this is the time where they have to now have a clearer picture and say, we have got to find some points, because it's the same issue with Truex, who's running 3rd. He's only a couple points behind Byron.
And he still hasn't cleared him yet, Kim. Oh, up into the racetrack, they make contact. An issue with the 12. He got up the racetrack. Let's see if he gets it righted again. More contact made. Blaney might have an issue.
I think they're just banging into each other. They're just racing.
Yeah, I think Blaney's issue is just that short fuse, man. He is always a guy that doesn't take much to get under his skin.
The blue with the yellow stripe flag being shown to Reddick, and I'm sure he didn't want to see that. That's the move over flag.
So the 20 car down here in the corner, let's see. Looks like a little bit of contact right there, just gets Ryan turned around.
Chris Ravel may not have raced with Ryan Newman enough to know that Ryan Newman's not going to let him live that down. It will come back to haunt him at some point.
And here they come to pit road. Dave.
Ryan Blaney said, tell the 45, my bad, the rears were gone away, didn't mean to get into him. They need a change on this car going free at the end, Kim.
And for Christopher Bell, your top radio screen, too tight. He said it started coming to him, though, halfway through the run. He just cannot get off the corners. He's going to stop, put 4 fresh Goodyear tires and their air pressure adjustments. No go fuel, Parker.
They asked Denny Hamlin how much he needs. He said not a ton in terms of center turn there. You see the adjustment in the right rear for the 11. They also said don't get too close to the wall. You were too close last time.
Great shot of Martin Truex Jr. coming into his pit stall. He said he can't get the car pointed in the center. It just washes up. He said, I need my turn back. Now it's up to the pit crew. They came in 3rd. You see 1 car flash by, 2 cars flash by, but they hold serve here. That was a bit of a drag race, actually. Truex got a spot there on pit road with those 2 new pit crew members, Rick.
And that #1 pit stall, very important. How about Hamlin's 11 team? Got him in front of Blaney. Huge news for the 19. That #1 stall doesn't mean you can't speed. He got a speeding penalty coming off of pit road, and so Martin Truex Jr. will have to serve that penalty.
Yeah, we've seen this before. So he's in the first stall available to use, which is really what used to be pit stall 2. And you see when he leaves, he stays pretty far left of the 12, which is fine. That's how I would want my driver to leave, but you have to adjust your speed. So this is the 19 pit stall. So as we widen out a little bit, the yellow line to the right, way up here, this is the pit speed line. The other line is a little bit in front of his box here. Well, you see that makes a wedge, right? So it's much farther out here. So pit road speed is calculated on kind of this arc. So it's perfectly fine if Truex goes straight out like this. That's what I would want him to do. You just have to adjust your speed a little bit.
Hamlin and Blaney making up the front row. 25 to go in stage 2. 35. 35 laps remaining here as Hamlin is able to clear that 12 of Blaney. Now we'll see how hard he fights back. Looking to the inside, Blaney as they go into 3. Blaney to his inside. Fight is on between the 11 and 12.
Little contact right there. 11 up the racetrack. More contact here off turn 2.
Up the racetrack goes the 11. The 12 taking advantage. He'll take the lead.
Denny back to the inside here down the front straightaway, Rick. What a race.
Tries the crossover move. Blaney trying to hold his position on the outside. These two have been the class of the field today.
And look at the difference. As soon as Hamlin's not the leader, and Blaney is, then it's tied in points. That's how important this lead is. It keeps shifting on your bottom left.
As William Byron scored in the 20th position right now as they're running. Blaney drops in behind the 11. And just as quickly, now it's Hamlin and Blaney that are above the cut line. But here comes that 12 again.
I thought Blaney backed off in the corner, but Denny just overdrove turn 3, expecting to get run into. Up the racetrack he goes, and now they're going to crossover again. Denny trying to get under him off the corner. Right on that back bumper.
Blaney blocked him.
Oh, man.
Up the racetrack, the 12 goes and opens the door. Once again for the 11, but then closes it again. Last lap of stage 2. See Briscoe a little up the racetrack there. Hamlin running in that second spot. But Blaney is going to try to grab these 10 points. The stage points get a little closer to that championship 4. Ryan Blaney, his 4th stage win here. 6th in 2023. He will win the stage. Hamlin grabbing 2nd. Green flag back in the air as we're underway with the final stage. Blaney on the inside. Hamlin fighting on that outside. New players into the picture as contact is made into turn 3. Blaney's able to hang on to it, but Hamlin already roughing him up.
Denny was trying to get in behind the 12 and just misjudged it, flipping the right rear quarter panel down the back straightaway, and man, it took a while for that 12 to settle down.
We've seen the frustration out of Blaney.
I think just a simple mistake by Denny. Obviously, a lot on the line here, so you gotta. It's a game of inches. It's just a misjudgment there. Now Denny's under attack.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, we got a spin.
Spin going through 3 and 4, and the 54 of Ty Gibbs is around. He was running up in the top 5, and now some cars parked down there in the middle of 3 and 4.
22 dumped us. Then we got piled into the right rear.
All of that was continuing to happen. The 54 got to the outside of Denny Hamlin, and then Denny was trying to get the position back. The 54 tried to get in behind Denny. A big checkup, chain reaction, contact down into 3, gets the 54 spun around. So let's take a look here. Down the back straightaway, 54 trying to get in this hole right here. Joey. Wow. Joey Logano just got in the back of the 54 and never let up. Big contact there with Daniel Suarez sliding into that.
I mean, the 54 Gibbs came down the racetrack to protect the bottom But that was not an aggressive block at all by Ty Gibbs. That is something that we see every time we come to Martinsville, and Joey Logano just wasn't having it. If I'm Ty Gibbs, I am not happy with that.
Pass for the lead right here. Eric Almirola underneath the 9 car of Chase Elliott.
9 trying to fight back as Elliott's on that high line. He's been running it quite a bit, keeping the momentum up. But Almirola with that preferred line along the curb. We'll see if he can complete the pass. They stay door to door.
Eric ran him down pretty quickly. I think once he gets clear right here, he's going to be able to drive away, settle into a rhythm.
Into 3 and 4. They're door to door. Coming up on Harrison Burton in the 21. Blaney takes the lead away. 22 to go.
That was Blaney takes the lead. He gets labeled the leader on the points. He was good on points anyway, so not a change or a shift. It's still now a points battle between Byron and Hamlin for that final spot. Hamlin running 3rd, Byron running 16th.
Hamlin can't get enough points unless he wins this race. It has to be Byron falling back for Hamlin to be able to advance based on points. Under 3 laps. Do you have a mile and a half of fuel left? That's the question now. 2 to go for Ryan Blaney. Under a mile here at Martinsville.
And unlike at other tracks, you're not going to coast around. If it stumbles and runs out, you're out.
Blaney right on the back bumper of Michael McDowell, this time by.
White flag.
1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Half a mile of fuel is what Ryan Blaney needs. Less than that now. As he works his way through the final turns, Ryan Blaney is going to win his way into the championship 4. He wins at Martinsville.
Yeah, baby. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Awesome job, man. Let's go race for a championship. So proud of everybody, man. Good job. Let's go win a championship. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go, boys.